handle on this thing is plastic with a very nice rubber overmold here. It's quite comfortable to hold. You've got a little bit of the wrench itself poking through on this side, and I guess that's where you could put a manufacturer's name, I guess. Now let's move to the business end. This is the small end. As you can see, it's got these modern profile of sockets on here, and they just simply rotate round. We've got larger ones at this end. You can see here the difference between the old style of socket and then this newer style of socket. They will accept just about any screw or nut head you could put in here, as you've seen on the picture earlier on, hex, splines, damaged heads, etc. Now one side of the is marked in imperial, and on the other side it's in metric, so they will take just about anything. These guys are really quite interesting, and as I say, they simply rotate round, and you can see there's a little index ball bearing just here which holds it in place, and they are set at a slight angle as well. Okay then, so is this thing as good as a proper socket set? Let's find out. I added a few drops of 3-in-1 oil to the mechanism to make them run that little bit nicer, and it's much better now, guys. Right then, so we have 8mm, 10mm, 11mm and 13mm on this end. On this end we have, let's have a look here, 14mm, 16mm, 17mm and 19mm. Now then, in the 8mm socket we have what I thought was some expanded polystyrene packaging, but it's not actually. It's quite hard stuff. What it is, it's the little bits and pieces used when they tumble metal like this here to clean it up, and it just goes around in a big drum with little stones and bits and pieces like this in to help clean it up, and that's what we've got here. I'll see if I can get them out. There we go. So we have a small, what I'm going to say is a small ceramic ball here, and I don't know what this stuff is. Perhaps it's ceramic too. It's like a little stone, look. As I say, this tumbles round and cleans up the tools or the bits of metal, you know, whatever they got tumbling with it. Just polish them up and clean them up and take all the burrs off. Right, and we'll start with the 8mm socket with this little nut and bolt here. Here it comes, little 8mm socket. Pop him on. See what we can do with it. I haven't used this before, guys, so you're coming along for the ride with me. Blimey, yeah, I'm getting a fair amount of torque on here. God, blimey. Yeah, that is definitely tight. Can we get it undone again? Hopefully. God, blimey, yeah. Yeah, I did that nice and tight then. Right, and let's move up a size. We'll go up to the 10mm socket now. Is this loose? It will be in a minute. Right, and here we go. So it's nice and loose, as you can see. Get the socket on there and apply some torque. There we go. Definitely tight. Can we get it undone again? Hop. Yep. There we go. Let's try something slightly larger, shall we? And this time we'll try the 1/2" or 13mm socket. You can see the nut is nice and loose. See what we can do with it. Yep, that's good and tight. You can get a fair amount of torque using this thing, guys. God, blimey. Yeah, it's nice to handle, nice to use. Very nice indeed. Right, let's see if we can use some of the larger sockets. Right, and so I had to do a bit of hunting around in my shed to find a nut and bolt for the 14mm socket here. Let's give it a go. This has been driven into a nylock nut, by the way, guys. Right, so I finally managed to get it down to the nut. Let's see how tight we can get it then. There we go. Give it some welly. Oh yeah. Ah, blimey, yeah. Nice and tight. You can apply quite an amount of torque with this thing, guys. Ah. And out again. Right, and so turning this nut and bolt over allows me to use the 17mm socket, and also shows you another advantage of this little tool here. It'll fit right over a long thread and still get to the nut underneath. Here we go, let's tighten him up. There we go, that's nice and tight. Can we get it undone again? Let's have a look, should be able to. Cool. There we go. Fantastic. Okay then guys, so the 48-in-1 wrench